Most lottery wins start with celebration, but this one started with frustration. A slow sales day, missed targets, pressure building, the kind of work shift that makes you question whether anything is going your way. And then, during a break, one decision changed everything. A $20 scratch ticket that turned a bad day into a $1 million headline. This is the true story of the Colorado man who walked into work discouraged and walked out a millionaire. Before we jump in, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story about what happens when luck strikes. Now let's get into it. It was March 2026 in Alamosa, Colorado, a small city nestled high in the Rockies where life moves a little slower and the lottery can feel just out of reach for many families. On this particular day, one man named Jonathan G. was having one of those rough work days that many of us know all too well. Jonathan works as a cell phone sales representative, a job with its fair share of pressure and performance targets. On this day, the sales weren't going great. It was frustrating, disappointing, and after years of struggle, probably felt heavier than most people would expect. During a break, in a moment of impulse, he decided to do something a little out of the ordinary for him. He bought a lottery ticket. But not just the usual $5 scratcher he'd play from time to time. This time he spent $20 on a 200x scratch ticket, a top prize scratcher in the Colorado lottery. It was a tiny gamble on a rough day, but sometimes those tiny gambles change everything. The moment of truth. After work, when Jonathan looked at the ticket more closely, his reaction was something most people only imagine. At first, he couldn't believe what he saw. "I was having a tough sales day and it actually paid off," he later said through a lottery-issued statement. "My reaction was total disbelief." You read that right. A single scratch ticket purchased during a slump at work turned out to be a $1 million top prize winner. For someone who typically bought $5 tickets and whose largest previous win was just $20, this was beyond anything Jonathan had ever dreamed of. But this wasn't just a random headline, it was a life-altering moment, not just for him, but for his entire family. From struggle to possibility. Jonathan's story stands out because of where he came from and what he was facing before that single fortuitous moment. In interviews and official releases, it's made clear that he once experienced periods of unemployment and housing instability, including times when he lived in a shelter. That background makes this win especially poignant. It wasn't just money, it was a turning point. Suddenly, a man who once struggled day to day and bought lottery tickets on a whim now faced the reality of a life-changing fortune. And even then, his reaction was grounded in gratitude and a sense of responsibility. "I definitely plan on giving my girlfriend and kids a life that I never thought was possible," Jonathan said. "A little hope and perseverance and a gift of luck are going to give us a life we have been working very hard to have." The odds of a $1 million win. Winning a major lottery prize is statistically rare. For the 200x scratch game, the odds of hitting the $1 million top prize are about 1 in 1,080,000, a long shot by any measure. Think about that for a moment. More than 1 million possible outcomes, and in this case, luck lined up for one man on one small piece of paper, on a day that most people would like to forget. What makes stories like this so compelling isn't just the money. It's the idea that sometimes life's biggest breaks come in its most unlikely moments. What comes next? With a win of this size, many lottery winners choose to take financial planning seriously, meeting with advisors, deciding between lump sum or annuity options, and setting up safeguards for their family's future. In most state lottery games like Colorado's, winners have choices about how they receive their prize, along with options for financial counseling provided by the lottery itself. While Jonathan hasn't publicly detailed exactly how he'll take his money yet, it's clear his priorities include stability and opportunities for his children that he didn't have. For someone who has already overcome major life challenges, including homelessness and employment struggles, this win is a chance for generational change. What this story reminds us. So what can we take away from a story like Jonathan's? First, luck can find you when you least expect it. Most lottery winners aren't millionaires before they play, they're ordinary people with ordinary days. And sometimes when life seems toughest, fortune strikes in the smallest ways. Second, context matters. For someone who once struggled with housing instability, $1 million is a profound change. A doorway to choices, security, and opportunity that once seemed out of reach. And third, hope keeps people moving forward. Jonathan had reasons to feel discouraged, but in a moment of impulse, he tried his luck and was rewarded beyond imagination. What would you do if a tough day at work turned into a $1 million windfall? Would you quit immediately? Put it in savings for retirement and keep working? Drop a comment below and let us know your first move if luck struck you like it did Jonathan. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more real stories of fortune and fate, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment of When Luck Strikes. See you in the next video.